just ain't nothing to talk about, bro. Even like streaming was the one thing that was like, you know, I was like, all right. Like, even if it necessarily wasn't getting her on camera, you know, just knowing she was always with me. And the fact that I was the reason I was able to capture. I have any footage that I did, you know, not any, but some, for sure. A lot, for sure. Just saying, like, even if she wasn't. Yeah. But long time smelling, I actually smell her grave now, right now. I'm actually smelling this shit. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna do this. Oh, man, it doesn't. Oh, well. Should be. Trying to think. But chicken sausage gumbo, neither one are spicy. Neither one is spicy. I'm actually, you know the crazy thing is, I'm not even hungry. Rockstar. Well, I'm going not in Jamaica on the grill. We're not in Jamaica on the grill, like grilling food in the grill. I really don't need something to drink. Damn, like the first part of the soup, when it was spicy, I really wanted to drink it because it had spice. That's why I really wanted to drink it. It had the spice. It got the spice. Bailee. I used to be able to just pour this out. I could pour this out and she would just eat it. The liquid and all. If I pour it out now, this is gonna be a mess. Well, part of me just wanna pour some out. Just want some. I'm gonna pour, it's weird though. I'm gonna pour a little bit out. Like, I could just throw some away, but I just wanna pour some on the ground. It took me that long to figure out that if I pour some on the ground, it would slow her down for eating. She used to eat so fast. So if I pour food on the ground, it make her eat a little slower. And when you're not even hungry. Just eating and eating. Like, one can, 2 cans for me in bed, so I have enough to share. Now I'm being wasteful. All the rest of this, I probably would just gave to her. The only thing to talk about I seen, well, I didn't see it live. BET, the BET Award show. So, you know, wait, then, I don't know. Things I seen. Tylil. If you don't know who Tylil is, he has affiliation with Casanat. Tylil, well, that's one thing. Now, a lot of these shows are still having issues with streamers. A lot of these shows still having issues with streamers. Like, they do or do not want them to stream. They may want them to be there. Like, for someone, they'll ask them to be there, but they can't stream. They're a streamer. Some demographic was like, a lot of people was just on some, even me, but I'm on social media with it. But some people was like, they didn't know about the BET Award show or the AMA Award show, or the point was, some people only knew about the award show because of the streamers that were there. They were watching the streamers stream. So, first video I've seen is Tylil. I think he has a daughter. And having issues on the red carpet. Let me pour some of this out. Gotta pour some out for Bailee. Home. But her funniest thing was when she would come over here and she would lay on the table. I'm like, babe, what you doing on the table, bro? So then, I'm not sure what the issue was. I think she was saying that he can't stream on the red carpet. Apparently from what I've seen from the comments, a lot of people enjoyed the production from the BET Award show. From the red carpet to the inside, everything. I thought there was one more thing. But even I think there was like, so looking who performed, I seen Bow Wow perform You Ain't Ryan, but that was afterward. Oh, the first song Bow Wow performed was Like You. Sierra was there, but it was like, why didn't Sierra perform the song with him? So, that was the thing. He tried to address it. I just saw a video, he tried to address it afterwards. And he was like, he didn't know she was gonna be there. And this and third. But they was like, I don't know, you don't know too much of their business, but apparently some people was just like, yeah, Sierra don't want nothing to do with Bow Wow to perform this song now, apparently. So, because Sierra was there. And then, but if you look at Bow Wow's performance, it seems like he did okay. It seems like he did what they would say good. Lil Wayne performed. Nobody likes Lil Wayne new album. Everybody, from what I've heard, even the people who are more generous with what they're gonna say, it was like Lil Wayne album. They some people, I think it's 19 songs. Some people have said they've liked at most 3, and it was like this is even the people who like Wayne are saying like this is not one of his better, things. Oh, it's funny because I was like, "That's the person y'all wanted to perform at the Super Bowl." Lil Wayne performed a Millie, I think. I think he performed a Millie. Of course, the joke is it's the only song he can remember. Mariah Carey performed, and they was like, Mariah Carey don't got no stage presence. It was like, if you know Mariah Carey, she ain't never been a dancer. She was always stand here and be pretty and sing. Yeah, I think somebody was like, that's always been her thing. They was like, they's always paid her to, you are paid to stand here, look pretty, and sing. None of that dancing. She ain't even trying to dance. But apparently it was Mariah Carey's first BET award that she got. So everybody's coming at she apparently made a shady comment. She was like, "Okay, I was just notified that this is my first BET award, and I guess if you're gonna be a first, then it's good to start off with one of the highest awards that they have, the Icon." So Mariah Carey gets her first BET award. Apparently Bow Wow did good on his performance, but they're making it a thing. Well, why didn't Sierra perform the song "Like You" with him? Now the big controversy is Mariah the Scientist. They say if you say Mariah, the only Mariah that don't need you gotta put the last name with it is Carey. So Mariah the Scientist. Now her thing, the only thing they talk about with her is the fact that Young Thug, and it's like, how like you look at a video or something and it's like, okay. Like you might understand what somebody trying to say this and a third. Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug, there is no, I can, I like you, if you, what am I trying to say? Oh, if you look at something and it might be taken a certain way, like, nah, you can't just send it there, boom. But when you watch this video, it's like you can't defend Young Thug on this. You can't defend Young Thug on this. So, everybody's coming at, whatchamacallit? Everybody coming at Young Thug because he dragging her around. He dragging her around. I'm gonna throw these away. The rest of it, fine. But you can't defend it. Like, if you watch the video, he is like pulling and dragging her. And so, again, like when Mariah Carey was singing and they was talking about her stage presence, people was like, she a dancer. And they was like, she a dancer. No, she a singer. She's not a dancer. She don't do that. And so Mariah Carey, Mariah the Scientist had to give like some type of little announcement. at the BET Awards, where they was like, just her demeanor, but it was hard because it's like when you when Mariah Sciences, when you like watch any of her interviews or see anything, she really has like this chill demeanor. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It ain't. She's never like amped up. And she one of those. She seemed like she okay where she at, like type of thing. Anything else in the BET Awards? Oh, Kai, Drewski, and Kevin Hart. Now, one of the big things was somebody said that the crowd is too stiff. Somebody was like, that like, if you watch it and hear any of the jokes, I'm not gonna say it was like super hilarious. We got the Rockstar, no GTA 6. I'm not gonna say it was super hilarious, but there was like, you might need it. It's about time. You might have to admit that you're old. Because it was like, everyone was like, now that was something that was kind of like somebody touched on, but there was like with Kai and Drewski, like if you don't understand, it's like you're not part of the audience, or and not only not part, like you're not who they're like appealing to. Like they're not making content for you, and so it was like, oh, that's one thing that kind of meant like, oh, you're getting old. But what was I trying to say? One of the comments said that they don't do content. No, so that was the big part of it. Other comment that I saw. They don't do content for like a crowd of people that's actually with them and in front of them. They're not engaging in that sense. Like they do content for their chat, but it fails to really interact and engage with the people around them and entertain the people around you, So that could be a pitfall for streamers. It could be a pitfall. Because it's another thing that is we're just getting to is like there are so many skits and you don't know that they're skits. You don't know that so like that's one of the things that's like it's tricky watching, streamer content now. And it's like I still don't watch it. But even the clips that you get from it, you gotta go back and be like, somebody gonna tell you that, oh, this is fake, or it's just they playing, it's scripted, it's this and the third. And so I think we all think the mask was a good idea. So I'm not sure. I don't really like. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know. I don't know why I don't like it. Cause like it's just a different form of reality TV. Like with reality TV, so one thing with reality TV is like I just think there's like, as a kid you think like, oh, it may be like kind of real or something like this and the third. Like you don't really like as a kid you just don't understand like the situations and the settings. But then as an adult now you kind of realize that no, they put these people in this room and said, I want y'all to talk about this. That's what reality TV is. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, we're gonna take you and you, we're gonna put y'all together, and I want y'all to talk about this and do this, and y'all go from here. And that's what they be doing on these streamer stuff. Like they're like, okay, we're gonna do this, and say this, and that's gonna be like a part of the clip. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they do now, and I don't like that, cause it's a part of just knowing, like, now that you look, whatever you're looking at, how many videos you are looking at, like, oh, this is scripted. That joint is not. That's like not okay. Now I think there is a element to, real life relatable situations that, which is what I think. I'm not sure if that is somebody's goal or intention, but there is a part of saying, okay, this is a situation that people go through or whatever, and how could somebody possibly handle it? That's different. That's different. But they manufacture these. They manufacture these moments. So that's the thing. I don't think. I think there were some things that Kevin Hart said that was funny. Potentially, maybe. And I'm not sure if it's the delivery. It almost, because listening to Kevin Hart now is almost, okay. You know how, like, you'll bash Kanye for saying or releasing something really controversial. But it almost is like, if you listen to Kevin Hart, some of his stuff almost teeters on that line too. Like, nah, this is how you had to say it. This is what you wanted to say and do, and you know what I'm saying. So, part of it is legitimately funny. Part of it is legit. Is like, so I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. I think because he made a joke about the whole, he's like, oh, no after parties. We're not having any after parties. And there was like some people was just uncomfortable. And then really like, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But it wasn't even like that joke. It was like none of the jokes that any of them were saying really kind of stuck or really landed. There was a little but there was a little bit I thought he said was funny. But anytime I feel like he said something funny, I feel like, like you can drag it and it's just like, all right, you have to say that part. But push something too far, I'm not sure if he teeters or really knows those parts anymore. And then, but the whole Drewski and Kai and him bringing them out to read the teleprompter, that whole shit was whack. Even if I'm like, okay, y'all trying to be funny, y'all gonna say a joke, or why is this fucking, it wasn't, that shit was whack as fuck. That whole teleprompter skit joke shit, that shit was the wackest fucking shit. I have to admit that. No part of that shit was funny. I didn't understand. Like, when somebody's trying to be funny too. I was like, yeah, this is not gonna reach that point. And then because it's a little bit like, because Kevin Hart has kind of he's admitted that Kai and Drewski have a different audience of whatever, and he was like, what they do is different from what he does, and he's trying to tap into that. But the whole, like, him saying, you know why you're here? Do you know why you get to, like, stream and this and that third? Like, I'm putting you on. Like, I'm passing the torch to y'all. Did you have to say that? did you have to say that while onto his stream and this and that? Did you have to say that? I don't know. You know, 'cause you say something, you could say something on and off camera, and he's one of those. Kevin Hart has been one of those. What he says or does at this stage, especially on and off camera, like you're very well aware of what you're doing and saying. So it's like him making sure, like, oh yeah, I'm putting y'all on, I'm passing y'all the torch, and this and the third, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, the hotel apartment skit was whack. Whatever he was, there was some part of the whole after party thing that was maybe kind of funny, and there was one more. The other thing that was actually kind of maybe funny was when and you see those parts aren't scripted, but it's a whatchamacallit, so uh, the whole my ball. I do not want this thing to last too long. You know, if there's something that you don't want to last too long, I don't want this slang to my ball. So Kai is just Kai and Drewski telling Kevin that we say my ball now, so you gotta say that's your ball. So he looked at the shorty. I'm not sure who he's dating now, but he looked at him and was like, "That's my ball. I be bouncing that ass. I score 40." He was like, "What?" Then the video cuts. Well, I didn't see the whole. I only saw that portion of it. But that was his initial when he first learned my ball. He looked at it. He's like, "That's my ball. I'll be bouncing that ass. I'm gonna score 40." And then they cut the video. I was like, "Damn, that shit was funny." But that wasn't a part of the show or nothing. That was just him in the back. The other big thing was Kai Cenat did not know who Wale was. And so the thing is, and like the first interaction, it's real like, the first interaction is really genuinely on some, just people passing, like, you could just say what's up to somebody and you're not. So Kai didn't know who Wale was. And so, but Wale is walking playing the Switch. Kai's like, "Oh, what's up, bro? What you playing on the Switch?" And then he said he get into the car. And so Kai get into the car. And then he look at his camera and like, "Oh yeah, you're not really a Switch 2 type of person, are you?" He's like, "Yeah, this ain't that, boom, boom." So then he go to check the chat. He was like, "Wale? Who was Wale?" And then the driver was like, "Wale, bro. You ain't never listened to Lotus Flower Bomb?" That's how it thing. Okay, I was like, "Oh, a word? I ain't knowing this, that, boom." Then, so that was one thing. So, but you can kind of tell, like, from the way they went, Kai, you can tell Kai didn't mean nothing by it. You can tell that, one. And he genuinely did not know who Wale was. That was another thing. You can tell he just did not know. So it doesn't end there though. Wale comes up to him later and was like, "Yeah, this and the third, boom, boom, boom. Like, we're gonna catch up later, but that wasn't cool. How to interact." He's like, "The exchange that we had earlier, the interaction that wasn't, you know what I'm saying, this and the third." I forget what Wale is saying, because apparently, I guess he finds out that they didn't know who he was, and he was like, I don't know if he was like, "Yeah, they chewing me up," or something like that, boom, boom, like, but, and Kai was like, "Huh?" And he was like, "The exchange that we had earlier." And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." And then so Kai go back to talking like Snoop once he walk off. He's like, "But we will talk about it later." But there was like, Kai was like, maybe like 12, you know what I'm saying? Not even, like just a different generation. Kai is young, and he's just not gonna know, Wale music and his songs and stuff. And Kai grew up in New York, and so Wale is more DC, DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia. And if you outside of that, bro, I can very well understand somebody not knowing who Wale is. Like, I'm the type of person where it's like, because even people in the comments were like, he got 3 songs. Like, what songs from Bailee? And this is not like to knock him or nothing like that. But the song Bad, and that one has the one that got Rihanna, and when without Rihanna, I don't know what the hell's going on with that song. But that's the song. The Lotus Flower Bomb, I think people I don't know why people like that song so much. That song is just whatever. But that's not even one I would even go for. Look Ma, No Hands and No Darling. That song, I would probably, you probably what you call it. And then, but there is another song from Wale. Oh, maybe we can be on chill tonight. That song. That's if if he has 2 songs, it's the on chill and that bad the remix. So if you want to include the remix as a separate song, that shit fire. But I feel like maybe he might have one more. But this I can't. This is all I can think of right now. But that's fun. That's fun. Wale and J. Cole is on like the same level to me. That may be an unpopular opinion. I said what I said. That's what I'm sticking to. But I don't know. I don't know. It's okay. It's like for him not to know. But so people, there's 2 different takes on it. There's 2 different takes. For Kai not to know him is like understandable, I would say. I think it is, because I think Kai grew up in New York, and Wale ain't no New York person. Like that's a different audience, different crowd, and I think he's part Jamaican. So it's just like for him to know Wale, it would like boom. But Charlemagne was like, he's even seen Beyonce walk into a room and introduce herself. So he was like, you should never be thinking that you're too whatever. Because he was like, I've seen Beyonce walk into a room and introduce herself to people. So that should be, it should have been nothing. Especially if you've seen a person maybe once or twice or this and the third. So that was the thing. Because the whole thing, now the other part was streamers, right? So, see, the thing with streamers, how do I say this? Because you see, like, the point I'm about to make is Ray J. The point I'm about to make is Ray J. So, how do I say this? Okay, you got broadcasters, and you got TV personalities, broadcasters, right? Now, for the most part, not even for the most part, I don't even know how people become like news anchors and reporters and stuff. But ain't that it? Oh, just Tangential Thoughts died last week. But this is the fake news. Fake news reporter, Chief Gihareh. So, you know how like if you want to become something, you're like, oh, well, I can do this, that. Like, boom, you kind of know the path. News reporting, like media and broadcasting, is not one of those. It's not. How the hell do I get on NBC, ABC, and this and the third? That's not one of those. But from somebody who watches sports, you know that, okay, well, oh, Peyton Manning was playing. Peyton Manning retires. He can then he's going to be on one of these shows and he's going to commentate and analyze and this and the third. But now we're seeing it where it's like those people but all your favorite players did not go into commentating and broadcasting or analyzing any of that. But now we're seeing why. Now we're seeing why. So with streaming allows it for them it makes it easy for anybody to tap into it. But now you're like, oh, this is why you don't, So Ray J is one of those people. Ray J is one of those people where it's like, oh, we see why you don't do this, do this. You don't need to. It's so Ray J got on the street. No, the thing about Ray J, it's the weird thing about Ray J is the fact that, for instance, that you don't have any hardcore evidence proof of something that you would want to like. You know, how, like you could pin somebody, like you could just pin this on somebody or something. But he'll say or do something weird that kind of alludes to something. You're like, I see what you're doing. Why are you doing that? So, so like for instance, his last incident was, and because so like this is again why I don't like this whatchamacallit. But DDG talked about he has a name for it. It's called clip farming. So he's gonna say something so outlandish and wild, and the only thing is that's a sound bite. That's a clip. That's gonna get a lot of people's attraction and attention, and they not gonna know why. Without the context, they're only gonna figure out this one part of the clip, and they're not gonna try to figure out the rest of it, and that's gonna get them talking. Whether it's good or bad, it's gonna get them talking. So Ray J said that he slept with Sexy Red. Niggas in the comments. That's not a flex. What the fuck is you talking about? Hey, so he said it multiple times. He said it multiple times. He then comes back though to apologize and explain what he meant when he had said what you had meant when you had said that right there. So what he was saying was him and Sexy Red was on the plane together. Bitch. Him and Sexy Red was on a plane together. Wherever they were flying to was a long flight. He goes to sleep on the plane. She goes to sleep on the plane. And that's what he meant when he said that he slept with Sexy Red. That they was on a plane. It was a long flight. They both went to sleep. Bitch, why you ain't say that? Now it's a whole thing. Now it's a whole thing. That was the whole thing. This nigga bad. So that's what I'm talking about. Like he'll say something. So originally it was that he slept with Sexy Red. He said it multiple times within 30 seconds that he slept with her. Right? Then like he apologizing. Yeah, we was on a long flight and I went to sleep. She was asleep. We was asleep. Not side by side. We were just on the plane, just like anybody else would be sleeping on the plane. We was sleeping on the plane. We slept together. That's what he was trying to say. That's what he was all. That's all he was saying was that they was on the plane. They was on the same plane and fell asleep around the same time. Boy. And I forget who was on his stream last time, but somebody was on his stream and he was trying to take up for Diddy. And then, so it's two different names. Oh, I think depending on what generation you grew up in, you know him as Young Berg. I didn't know this, right? I know who Young Berg is. But you never knew like what happened to him. But then when you hear a song and it say Hitmaker, that's him. He's a hey Pedro, come outside, run it back, Turbo. He's one of them. He's a DJ, or if you're on Metro, don't like whatever you call your Metro and them. Beat maker, hit maker. He making beats and shit. He don't be rapping on songs no more. So he was on stream with Ray J, and he was saying how he was saying about Diddy. He said what Diddy and Diddy not do to him, and so Diddy, he said Diddy pretty motherfucker or something like that. And so some people in the comments was like, oh, you talking now, but you wasn't talking when he was out. I don't know. And you know, everybody's on well, it's slow with this one. This is what's getting us now. Us on the outside looking in, you know, when Bill Cosby name got brought up, all the bitches was lining up for the Me Too movement. uh, with Diddy, these niggas is slow. Where y'all at? Where y'all Me Too moments? Y'all, they don't want to talk them. Hey, they don't want to talk about they Diddy Me Too moments. They don't want to talk about those. They don't want to talk about that. Bill Cosby, oh, they was lining up. Diddy, no, no. We wasn't friends. We wasn't cool. Like, huh? You was at this party and this party every year all the time. Look like y'all was best friends. That shit was hilarious. Ain't nobody coming fast for the Diddy shit. And that thing's still going on. You be wondering, like, why court takes so long? You wonder why court takes so long. And, I don't know what they discussing. I don't even know how people is getting, like, because I don't think it's televised. Because I think I even said something about this is the closest to like a Ted Bundy type of situation almost. But one of them was televised. I'm like, well, but there was some reason there for wherever how I classify it go up. That's why it's not being televised. But people is getting the stuff, so I don't know how they getting the information, so they can report it. How they know who in there, who not, in these pictures and whatnot. So. Oh, but then I said all that to say, Ray J was one of the people trying to tap into the streamer drink, and it's like, I don't know. And I'm just gonna throw this out there. You know, the person catch a random stray. Just like, well, I think it's, well, I don't know. You know how like if you got like, if it's like echelons of people and you putting certain people together, because I know, and you know that's the thing. And that's the thing about, so for instance, what I was about to say was, you know, there are a couple of people who are really good at commentating and reacting to like, you know, the sport clips and things like that. So for instance, like Shannon Sharp and Cam Newton. Shannon Sharp and Cam Newton. But I would sit there and I'm trying to think like, okay, because, you know, Cam has Peggy and Shannon Sharp is with Ocho. But whenever I listen to, and you know, this is just me talking, you know what I'm saying, freely, but it's almost like it's just a difference in level. And so it's almost like, why wouldn't Cam Newton and Shannon Sharp get on a show together? But, you know, they're very opinionated. And so maybe like with having your own show, you do probably, do you want somebody who's just as, you know, talkative, garrulative is another word. What is this? On your, as your co-host? Do you want your co-host to be as opinionated, as vocal? Because that's one thing I think about, like, with the, because, you know, Shannon has like, I don't know, one thing I watched it is, like, I watched the jump, but you can still feel, okay, when it was Shannon and Skip, when it was Shannon and Skip, you still felt like, yeah, Shannon is carrying this, and Skip is not really, you know what I'm saying? Skip is a character in this and the third, and we know him for what he is, but he not whatchamacallit. And that's how I feel about Chad. It's not like, I still feel like Shannon is carrying the show. Now on Cam Newton's, like, it's clearly his show, so it's like that makes sense. But it's just nice when somebody has an opinion and can vocalize it, and just has their own opinion. So on Is What It Is with Cam and Mace, again, like, but depending on how this and the third, I think it looks like it was Cam's idea. He needed a co-host, somebody who could really, you know what I'm saying, is going to tap into it. And Cam talks about it too. Cam talks about times when he didn't know if Mace was going to show up. And he'll get a call and it's like, yeah, just out of the room. And he didn't know if Mace was going to show up. Mace going to be late. Like, oh man, this is Cam giving up on, or Mace giving up on it. We ain't going to be able to do this out of the third room. Just one person being really heavily invested on it. So, like, you can tell, like, Cam is really, like, heavily invested into it. And the staff does a really good job. So it's just like, all right, Mace, you gotta watch these games so you can give a good opinion. But that's why it's also good to have, I think his name is Mo or Clarice or something. Him, Clarice something. And then, especially if Mace is not there, Clarice something. And then, like the other day, I was like, I don't know if I'm looking, but the girl Trish, I didn't know her, but she came and she was able to talk and give her own opinions, and she said some stuff. She was able to say some stuff, so I was able to watch it because it's one thing to give Cam. You hear Cam talk, but to hear the other person talk, so. That's something. That's something. So having a show, if you are very vocal and opinionated, should you have a co-host who's also that way? I would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. But then there's also the people who have their own show, like Conan O'Brien. I think there's Larry. I don't know, Larry something. Jay something. I don't know these guys' names. But there was this one guy though. His clips would pop up for a while, and he would have different girls up there. He would have different girls up there. His shit was pretty cool. His shit was pretty cool. Shit funny as fuck. So, and then never really watching those shows. But then even trying to figure out, it's, I guess, a format layout to it. You got S&M. the timing and the frequency of the shows. When it comes to timing and frequency, I never really cared to do it. Never really cared. However, I did notice that when it came to Is What It Is, like I can sit here and tell you Is What It is coming on. But right now they slowed down. They slowed down because it's only one NBA series, and so their only episodes are going to be the day after. So, for instance, the next NBA Finals game is tomorrow. So, the next Is What It Is episode is the morning after that, and it'll come on at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so, just the last week, I think, or the week before that, was the first time I was like, you know what? Just knowing what time it's coming on, and just at third, you can kind of prep and plan and prepare for that. Like, okay, this is gonna be on at this time. Boom, I can tap in. Da da da. So that's a cool part about a schedule or routine. Yes. I just like the randomness of mine. I like it so that it's, if they missed it, they missed it. That shit. I'm just being on some, you should have been whatchamacallit. I can't plan for it. I'm like, no. Gotta stay by your phone. I go live at any time. But I'm trying to find it. I could. I think even the whatchamacallit, I think I may have tried it once, maybe. When I first started. And but then it was weird. It was on some, because if you set, you might be setting up, and you might be a little late, you might be a little early, you might forget something, and then you're like, oh fuck, I gotta go back and get this or grab this and da 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 da. That shit was crazy, bruh. Starting was just, it was too many hiccups. But you gotta go through the hiccups so that it gets smoother. You clean out the edges, you rough off those parts, you know. But when I first started, it was just like, and it was just, there's elements to, I'm not even sure. There's elements to like, when I first started live streaming, I used to mess up so much. But the thing was, then I had more resources then than I do now. And the craziest thing is that, like, if it comes down to production and this and the third, the amount that I was able to do then was more, and I didn't do more because I just didn't know more. So, for instance, when it first used to start, I used to get my salad, and then I would either put chicken, steak, or shrimp in it. I had to get my cards, and then I would have to leave the dogs in the house, and then I would walk to the pool, bro, the set and the time, bro, it was just, it was real nice. It was real nice. Like I just think about how nice like it was to have all of that, and now it's like it went from salad, either chicken, steak, or shrimp, with a bev. You know what I'm saying? This and the thing, like it was really nice to set up. My clothes, everything. To now is just soup, cans, and the same thing. Oh man, that's what I think about when I watch McCall, bro. That's what I think about. I think about how like the clothes I used to wear, I used to dress, and I didn't even like. The crazy part of it was like I wasn't even like if I was gonna try to go through my whole closet type of thing. I didn't even really go through my whole closet. Like it was on like a couple pieces I really even. And so if I would have started so much sooner, if I would have just did just things, just whatever, and just even when it came down to like fashion and outfits and shit, bro, I would have had way more of that going on. Like even just simple, like what are you wearing? Like I got this on, got this on. Like it would have been simple shit, but I still have been changing up. And the first one, I'll get the motherfucking Taliban shit. I had that. Now that's the only thing I think about when I look at those first ones. I was like, bro, I was fly as fuck. I was fly as fuck, and I didn't know how to do certain things, bro. I did not know how to do certain things, and so just the way I used to go about doing it, boy. And now, I think it's a couple of them shirts that is just like, damn, I done cut it up. I ain't better find this shirt no more. I ain't gonna do this. I never wear that shirt. Um, I'm just trying to make sure I ain't fuck all the shirts up. But we'll figure this shit out. I guess maybe one day. I said, things turn around, I'll be buying a whole. Well, there's still some more shoes I want. I like those stompers. I like the stompers. I fuck with them shits heavy. I would get them shits. Like if it's still shoes that I want some Vibrams, them finger hand shoes. I want those. I still want those. And I want these stompers. Them shits, they just seem fire. But I want to see how they do, you know. If you actually wear them for, hours and days on end without taking them off. So, damn, I kind of want to watch some old shit. I kind of want to watch some old shit, man. Should be cool. Then, yeah, still trying to figure out, So, that's the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. That was the lesson. Well, keep coming to me. I'll say this. Like, I felt like something was gonna happen. Cause they say you gotta pay attention to what you neglect, and why are you neglecting it. And so there's a bit of carelessness and neglect. Like I keep saying, like how much I would and should have recorded her and this and the third, but the fact of the matter is I didn't. If I really wanted to record Bailee more, if I really wanted to do this and that and the third, I would have had her on camera more. I would have showed her off more. So that's how I kind of feel like I I knew I was being neglectful in the sense of like, well, why am I not showing her up more? Why am I this and that? But I was making sure she was still always with me. So that was one of the things I was thinking about. I just felt like I knew something was gonna happen. Being neglectful, not paying attention. The only thing that get me about it though is it's not like I can say that shit never happened before. That shit never happened before, bro. Like that motherfucking dash, bro. Like, and that's the one thing about her always being so goddamn smart, but still, bro. Fucking, bro. That shit never happened before, bro. Like we made it across the street, and that's the fucking part. Like, I don't fucking know. That's the part, bro. That's the part that's like that get me about this shit, bro. It's like we made it across the street. Like, if anything else happened after, like, you wouldn't think that that's what the hell would happen afterwards. Like, the hard part was crossing the street. Like, that was the hard part. So it's like the fact that she made it across, like, you wouldn't think that's what the fuck we still doing. And then I don't fucking know, man. I was saying all that to say that I was focusing on streaming. I tried my hand with the editing and stuff. Now I don't want her stuff to get bogged down too much, so this maybe I could like write it down. Maybe I could like write it down, but it won't be in this book. I don't know about this book, but I'll make it another like notebook or something, and I'll just write down the stuff that I want to talk about or say or whatever, and then come up here and do that. The stuff that I thought was cool or made me laugh. You know, it's crazy. I think I laughed like until I got on this. I think I laughed like twice, 2 or 3 times today. Like, it was so whatchamacallit, I was like, oh, I laughed. Like, I was like, oh, that's funny. Like, I actually think like 2 or 3 laughs. And then I got up here. I laughed a couple times up here. Trying to think. I should mix it up. Let me see. You ever mix these things together? And like, don't taste good. It's just the gingerbread not strong enough. And then, like, what gives it that bite when it's cold? What is that? Why is that? Why does something taste different when it's cold? I gotta remember. All right, both of these have stuff in it. Like, that has a lot. This has a lot. This got a little bit, but I'm gonna throw it away. Just so I don't even get tempted with trying to eat it. Is it supposed to be a full moon tonight? It's not a full moon. It's a waxing gibbous, and 99.6% of the moon is visible or illuminated. 99.6, that's a full moon. That's 100%. So is the full moon tomorrow? No. All these rockets. We'll be like, why don't they go to the moon more often? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Why don't they go to the moon more often? I would definitely, like, if they had a moon show, wouldn't you watch it? Like, if you watched it, when you like to see an episode, and they were like, all right, going to the moon, they shoot them to the moon. And then, however they plan to do Mars, have people go live on the moon. Have people go live on the moon. These shits make my stomach hurt. I don't care. We'll take the first few out and toss them. The funniest shit today, I think that made me chuckle. I was trying to throw, and whatchamacallit, and it was like this. It's a wide space, and then it's a piece of wood. And it was like, I was trying to throw it, but I was like, how am I hitting the wood, man? Why that space I'm hitting the wood? Pause. Well, today was a day of not doing anything. I'll make that the goal tomorrow. Tomorrow, the goal will be to get a notebook, another one, so I can figure out. Then I can actually talk about everything. Like right now, I'm trying to just say, oh, well, I remember this happening and this happening. The only thing on social media I saw today was the BET Awards. People was talking about that, so that was the only thing I could just sit here and kind of chime in on. As far as videos go, that was it as well. Nothing about nothing. So there's that, right? The thing with Ray J. It's like you kind of just say, I understand why you're not in media or broadcasting or whatever. And I think what I thought about the other day was the fact that you would only think that a certain amount of people exist. You'd be like, yo, if you only watch the news, it's only a handful of people that exist. But there's so many people that exist. But then you see why certain people are just like, okay, I see why you're not in front of a camera. I see why. I understand. So, and why, and even why is that? The funny thing that somebody used to say is that as a kid, everybody wants to be, what do you want to be when you grow up? Astronaut, president. And then at some point, it's like, everybody can't be what they want to be. Everybody can't be that. But then, why do you have to be smart to go to outer space? Why do you have to be smart? There's nothing you can tell me. There's no way and shit you can tell me that if basically what I'm saying, there's nothing about it that says, okay, you need to be extremely smart to flip a switch or do this or do that. Like, no. So you should just be sending random people to outer space. Like, for real, if they sent Casanat to outer space, it would be way more believable than when they sent the women out there. But because I want to see the stream, I don't want no glitches in the video. That's rich shit, apparently, going to space. That's just unfathomable. Nah, because the whole thing, about certain stuff is if you actually have the option to do it, it's like when the rubber meets the road. No, you're not. You're not going to go to space. If I used to act like I legitimately used to ask. I used to ask my students this when I used to teach. I'd be like, "Would you go to space?" And then, fuck no. Like like people talk so much, but if they actually had the option to be president, wouldn't do it. Go to space, wouldn't do it. Like they just would not do certain shit. They would not do it. When it comes down to it, a lot of people would talk about X, Y, and Z. But if it came down to it, would you be this and would you be this? For real, for real? No, the answer is no, they would not. No, they would not. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. But a lot of people aren't going to say no. Or if they say no, they'll give you a whole bunch of excuses as to why. Now the only legitimate excuse for not going to the moon, if you say no to going to the moon, the only legitimate is like it's like okay, I can basically kind of understand. But then again, if you really want to, this and that, it's going to the moon. If they say, all right, yep, this right here is going to the moon. That's the only one that's like scary. That's the scare that's there. That is like I can understand that because you be like, nah, hell. Did y'all ever find those two people that were? I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if they're alive or not. I'm just saying, it was a thing. Now it's not a thing no more. So like, y'all sending people to yeah. Did you ever find those people? All right. Count me out. Or, like with certain shit, you be like, well, you going to the moon? All right. Put put these people on their plane too. Yeah, I want these people there. I trust it a little. I'm a little safer. I feel a little safer. All right, here's one thing to think about. Let's say it's two spaceships going to the moon. Let's just put it like this. Either one, you go by yourself, or two, you get to go with uh, Elon, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg. They're on another. They have an empty seat though. Mm. But even then, depending on how people get to it, they be like, who's expendable, who's not. Yeah. Everybody got a different time. Like, so that's another thing, right? That's another thing. I can understand. I can understand not going to the moon. I'm just going to space in general. There's some people who scared to. There's some people who scared to go on a plane. Because they just like the plane, the plane is still not. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but you be like, nah, the plane still don't be making it to its destination. The plane still don't be making it. So now it's like, there's some people who just won't get on the plane. So there's that. And I even can watch them call it. I can watch a movie or something. I'm not even sure a movie to watch. What to do. This is all I had. That's all I have the time to do now. And I'm still not sure. Still not sure. A part of me keep asking myself, well, if Bailee was here, what the hell would I do? What I'd be trying to? But that shit stops as soon as I think about walking. I'm like, well, if Bailey's here, I'd probably be over here. I'd probably be over there. Walking around, doing different shit. I think the other thing, oh shit, it's too late again. Damn. I was thinking about feeding a tarantula, but I don't want to be walking around with it too long. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. If I'm gonna be walking around with the tarantulas, it better be walking around in the morning or at night. What the fuck am I trying to do with that shit? At this point, I would have to get in the morning. Then I'll have to walk. That's a lot of walking. And every time I think about walking, I'm like, damn, I gotta come back and see Bailee. Now, and I don't mean to say that in a bad way. It's just, I just be like, I don't want to go too far if I know I want to come back here, even if it's just to sit there. But the maggots done got to her body. So, when I looked it up this time, somebody was like, how long does it take? Are y'all superstitious? A black cat just went past. A black cat just walked past. Is that a good or a bad thing? I was talking about my dog, but somebody was like, well, how long, once you bury the dog, when can you go back for the bones? I ain't think people was going back for bones. But they said at least, 6 months to a year. It's gonna be a while. I'm like, that's a while. But if that was the case, I didn't have to bury her. Shit, I could have left her up. Especially the way they're doing her body now. I was like, I'm pretty sure I buried her deeper than that. But they maggots, they living on the inside. I cooked them bitches. Fuck is y'all doing? Get off my Bailee. I ain't say it like that, but that shit look like one of them zombie games. And all them shits be spawning and you gotta... That's how I felt like I was doing. Man, if you can see the moon, it is really close. It just seems really close. And full and just... Pew. So yeah, that's what I learned. First, well, there's another part. It's rigor mortis. I think is the first part. And well, it's not even just dogs. Humans go through it too. I thought it was just dogs. But the first part, there is a stiffening of the body or whatever. Then that releases, and then it calms down, and then I think it's called rigor allure or something like that. It's rigor, and it's a word. I didn't really probably pay attention to it. I didn't care. I was just trying to figure out what are these bugs, and they're maggots. And the maggots, I was trying to figure out what insects. There's a couple of insects. They call them necrophagus. They eat on dead shit. So there was like beetles. I was like, damn, ain't beetles. Beetles, this and that and this and that. And I think it comes from flies. I think the maggots. I don't know if the maggots are supposed to turn into flies. the hell are maggots? And then they kept trying to tell me these stages, the pulpa and the pre-pulpa, and then I was like, I don't give a fuck about this and the third. What the hell is these bugs on Bailee? On her body? Because the fur was right there. I saw the fur. But they're eating through like the corpse and the flesh and the skin. And then, like the last time I saw, I did see like this little. I don't know. It looked like a little gunk bump or whatever. And I ain't know. I was like, I ain't touch it. I was just like, and then when I seen it today, it was like, I was like moving and shit, and the maggots was coming out. The maggots is everywhere. They buried inside the body. The motherfucking bones. I don't know. Well, maybe if I guess it's just weird. Somebody actually, like, yeah, I'm not the only one though. You know what I'm saying? The people was like a lot of them was like 2 years. It was like 2 years. The bones is what's gonna be left over, but they of course buried it differently and this and the third. So I'm just not sure I just don't know what's gonna be fucking left. I think, do they just leave the fucking bones there? And if they leave the bones there, can I go back and just, I don't know, have a bag? That would be something, right? You got a bag of bones. What are these bones? It's my dog bones. But although you feel like you almost kind of seen that in fucking real life, or if you ain't seen it in real life, you saw it in a movie. Somebody with a bag of bones. What the fuck is you doing with a bag of bones? It's my dog. That's my girl. But somebody actually was doing that. Somebody was like, yo, how long does it take before I go back and get the bones? Dig it up. The consensus was 2 years. The consensus is 2 years. After 2 years, you can go back and check on the body. And the bone should still be there. Now, what I was just thinking about anything and all of these things is, since somebody else has done that, I thought about that. And I'm thinking about it now. If I could, like, even if it was just like one bone of hers that I could keep. But I keep the skull, the ears. I don't think she had any bones in her ears. I don't think she really had any bones. But even this is making me think, like, we know with theirs, it's like they had a box or some, so like the stuff would just kind of just be in order. Like, oh, this is the leg, this is the head, this is the whatever. I mean, Bailee's is not going to be, but it was the way I kind of laid her body. But then I think because it's been raining, I think that's like moving the dirt around and pushing shit up. And then with the maggots, I don't fucking know. I don't know what bone is going to be what bone. And the way that, like, their shit was sounding like it's a couple months and this and the third. And this shit's a couple days. We're out in the open. And then of all the processes, somebody was also talking about, you know, dogs get cremated too. But then they had another word, and I was just like, I didn't look into it. I just didn't feel like it. But even just, okay, what the hell to do? It's still, what the hell would I do? You know, the coolest shit would be finding another dog. Not cool, but you know them people that like, you just got out of a relationship. Now what are you doing? You just got out of a relationship. Give yourself some time to heal. You know them bitches that be bouncing from one dick to the next. You just lost a dog. Give yourself some time to get over that dog. The best way to get over one dog is what if that was the thing? I'm like, all right, got me a new dog. I don't know. That was the whole thing about this point in time. The way things, like, the end of her life was similar to the beginning of her life in the sense that we got to spend all day, every day together. Like, that's one thing I do remember. I was able to just spend all my days with her in the beginning. And then in the end, I was able to spend all my days with her at the end. So that's what I will say. But a part of me be thinking, would I even train the next dog? You know, training does come with a couple, like, you know, this and the third. But then when I sit there and look back at it, I was like, man, all those times I used to make her wait for her food, or thinking to train even another dog, and it's always the comparison. It's always the comparison. If they're not as smart as Bailee or as fast as her or whatever as her, I'm like, Bailee was this, and Bailee was that. I'm just be always comparing, and then that's when the dog doesn't even get a fair chance. Like, this dog ain't that dog. You can't be comparing this dog to that dog. Just don't do it. Just let the dog have a fair chance. I'm like, and then you go down the whole path of stuff. That's why I don't get no more dogs. Bro, that's what I need to figure out. I need to figure out the next time I get a dog, will I or will I not have kids already? Because that's going to be a thing. That's going to be a thing. Because if I wait and then my kids be like, oh, we want a dog. How does that even happen? When do kids start wanting pets? I'm like, you want a dog? You sure you don't want no rabbit? You don't want this? You don't want no fish? You know how the parents be like trying to ease it out? You want a dog? Let's start with a fish first. Let's see if you can keep the fish alive. And then they be trying to keep the fish. Nah, I'm not sure. I haven't met, like, what's the ones that has there been any kids who, like, actually take care of the pet that they want? Has any kid ever actually taken care of a pet that they want? And like, not even for a little bit, like, you took care of that and you raised it, this and that there. That would be lovely to see, like, if you got kids and they actually take care of the pets or whatever. Take care of the pets. Or if you be on some shit like, or you be like right now I got one more pet. Bro. Like, I can't do this shit no more. All the plants, all the pets, we got one more. I just want one of these bitches to last until the good times. Like, all right, finally make it to the good times. I'm like, okay. Well, I might have to do a motherfucking roll call. It was Bailee, Benji, Nagini, Crush, and then the 9 plants. I'm like, all y'all was supposed to be here right now. Bailee, Benji, Nagini, Crush, and the 9 plants. Hell y'all at? Graffiti silk venom hanging on by a thread. Now I was laying down, and then like this spider was coming down, and I just watched it, and it came down. It was like orangish. It came down, and then I was like, I started blowing, and because you can't see the spider web with a string or whatever the thread that it's hanging from. So I blew, and then it just climbed all the way back up the thread. It climbed all the way back up, and then kept crawling another one. And I was like, oh, I just didn't see the thread. Knew it was there though. Oh, my feet could see. Oh, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Cause it's the whole process of carrying these crickets. So, I probably just gotta take this off. I gotta take, cause it'd be hot. It just be hot, and that ain't something to complain about. But I don't want to have these jackets on, so I might take the jackets off. Take the jacket off, and then get graffiti silk, venom, T-Pain, the tarantula, tyranitar. Get 3-4 crickets. Hopefully he's alive, bro. Yeah, it's probably just best to just, in the morning, we're gonna make this the motherfucking goal. We're gonna make it the goal. In the morning, what percent we got? So, what we trying to do? Okay, in the morning, we're gonna get graffiti silk. That's tough. How we gonna do this? Cause I ain't trying to walk. I wanna get a notebook. Well, I guess I can get them notebook later in the day. It's gonna be a lot of walking. Wait, I ain't part of it. I want to try to get a notebook, but I might say fuck the notebook for tomorrow. And just not doing it. I'm gonna have to just use paper out this other notebook just for that. Love you, babe. So, I'm gonna get the tarantula in the morning, and then get some motherfucking crickets. Drop them bitches in there. Today Tuesday, right? Today Tuesday. So I'll do that tomorrow. Get some crickets, drop them bitches in there. That's gonna be a lot. That's a huge day. Nobody understands, but that would be a lot for me. Just to do that. Hey, bro. That would be such a productive ass day. Uh, First of all, that's walking 2 hours to go get the tarantula. It's another hour and a half walk to go get the crickets. And depending on what time I even sit there and do this, 6:30. Hopefully, if whatchamacallit open up by then. I'll be able to get the crickets in the morning, first thing in the morning. And then after that, I would still have to walk like an hour and a half back to put the cricket away. I mean, put the tarantula away. Or what I could do, here's the thing, right? Here's something I could. Should I just release the tarantula? Should I just be like, yeah, just go be free? I don't want to see you die. That should be scary as hell. That should be scary as hell. Well, just knowing if somebody was to potentially see it, like, it's a tarantula out here. What the fuck? I wonder how, like, the other part is, like, how long would the tarantula live? Like, would it die sooner? Would somebody, like, step on it because they're scared? Would somebody kill it because they're scared? Or would it live? Or would somebody catch it in there and try to hospitalize? Would somebody try to catch it and then make it their pet? Like, what the hell would happen to it? Yeah, it's a big ass day. Well, because then it's like, okay, after I feed it, where the hell do I go for the rest of the day? Do I come back over here to talk to Bailee? And just sit next to Bailee's grave? Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know if Bailee even would care. I don't know. I don't think Bailee cares too much about tarantula. I don't know. I would say, hey, Bailee, I got you a visitor. You remember graffiti soap? Bailee's like, yeah, I remember. That's another pet taken away from attention from me. That would be the biggest thing I can do. But even if I don't do that, now that's what I'm probably gonna do. Cause I don't. Well, I need to probably check the weather. When is it gonna check for when it's gonna rain and stuff? Bro, just walking. And I'm thinking, like, I could have done this with Bailee too. It's like, why didn't you? You know, it's just, you can't be too mad at it, right? But, because I seen Chris Brown just posted about this. Chris Brown just posted about it. He was like, fun fact, that he likes to walk around at night just because you can get pictures here and there, you can see stuff, and, he lets him feel human. Because during the day, he don't get to walk around without somebody noticing him or this and that third, so like he walks around at night. You get to take pictures at different places and monuments and buildings. And so you get to, I was just thinking like with me, that whole during the day thing, being bored during the day. But like I can be comfortable at night because ain't nobody around. Ain't nobody like, you know, like those, for instance, somebody come up to you and they don't tell you to leave, but they ask you how you doing or something. They don't tell you to leave, but they say, hey, how you doing? This ain't like they make conversation with you, but you know good as well they don't want to talk to you. So that's the thing. You don't gotta deal with that. Anybody walking around like that at night. Trying to do anything. So you can feel safe. You feel safe to just sit and there's no pressure from nobody to move or do anything else. Like you can just be in a spot and nobody wants anything to you. To leave the spot. To leave the spot. And you know, like technically I could be here. I could be right here doing I could be right here doing the day. But just even having to go through those interactions, conversations. Just even having to go through. And then, so another thing, like, well, like right now, just because I went over to her grave and I sat there for a little while, like it had a smell to it. And now that smell is in the clothes, kind of, sort of. And the whole thing is like now, like if I walk inside a building, like you ever notice how like you become aware of your smell inside of a building? There's so like I just know the last time I went inside of a building, I sat down and whatchamacallit, I was like, there's a smell, and it might be me. Right now, I was like, yo, if I was to walk inside of a zone right now, I was like, there would be a smell, like, oh no, I'll be trying to get out. But I don't even know how does that smell stick? Like, and no other, like, you get what I'm trying to say? I was over there, I wasn't even over there for that long. But how the hell does that smell stick to my clothes? How long did it take for it to just get out? Damn, I'm a little tired. Yeah. I'm not sure. And you know, like, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep now is also, you don't go to sleep until a certain time or whatever, like, but you gotta get right. You gonna have to, well, for me, I move. I'll just move. You gotta move. Once that like, I had an alarm for me and Bailee at 5:30, but even that's like pushing it. 4:30 is safer. But then you be like, ah, shit, I don't really want to sleep. So, the time is 10:40. Oh, I can't even watch my I don't know, how the hell do we make that work? There's like a couple more things that I have to do. Well, then I'm probably gonna figure some more stuff out later, but there's a couple things I gotta do that I did with Bailee, and it's like I gotta do those to like just get past those. That shit was fucking me up, bro. Like, where we used to lay out on the ground, I could just see her curling up before I lay down. So it's a couple places. I haven't went back to the safe spot to take a nap. Well, I did, but I didn't take a nap in the last spot that we laid at. But I did take a nap over there. So, yeah, tomorrow the goal is to feed the tarantula. So, you know, like, that shit would be too motherfucking chaotic. I'm trying to think, like, if I kept the tarantula, like, I think cause the tarantula is it's inside of a lamp shit, a lantern type thing. The tarantula's inside like a lantern. So technically, I could like tie the tarantula to something on my bag while I'm walking around, so I wouldn't have to hold it. But that shit is chaotic. The tarantula would be like, yo, shit went from quiet to just motherfucking just shaking all day. You go from everything's still, everything's peaceful, everything's quiet, then shit just shaking all day. That's what I'm gonna just get. Like, that's why it's like, just give him a day or something. Like, just give him a goddamn day. think that's that for today. I don't know. I think that's that. That's all that happened today. And then I don't think I talked to anybody today. I don't think anybody saw me to be able to even talk to me. We can make that the goal. If I look at the weather, it really could make it the fucking goal to just, or we could, that would be more walking. I just gotta figure this fucking part out. Hold on. If I oh, actually, I would have to think. I would have to see that part out. But once I do that, mm, I guess it might be cool to walk around with a tarantula. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. Cause part of me be trying to make shit harder for myself. Like, how hard it was to just get around every day with a dog. But now with the tarantula, I'm like, yeah, the tarantula's my security. Maybe. Because I'm trying to think, what to do in the middle part of the day. And the way we used to kind of set it up, well, I thought it was set up. It was just like, this is the middle part of the day. It's part to be creative and to just stream and do art and do whatever. Do that shit with the tarantula. But even though I was not collecting my animal or pet, so I'm not sure if I should be having it with me, but just have it with me for the day. I would still have to figure out when it's going to rain and where we're going to be at. I don't have to be everywhere to do too much. Bro, oh, this shit's still charging. This shit's still charging. Oh, that shit almost fucked me up just now because I was about to say, if this joint was muted, the other day this shit was muted. And I was talking for hours, bro. I was like, you fucking kidding me? This shit. Talking for hours and I had to sit there and remember everything I fucking talk about. I think that's another thing. Like, I post shit, I be laughing at it. I can understand the severity into something, and I can understand like, yeah. So when it comes to that shit, I thought the shit was funny. I can look at it from its artistic point of view, if maybe that's what it's supposed to have. But then some shit like that is not what I would say. That's some shit that I just would not say. Like, yeah. Fuck is you talking about? Well, you made a post about, yeah, that's it, that's all. Fuck is you talking about? I don't get your fucking joke. That's not fucking funny. That's how that shit gotta go. And I'm also having I'm trying to be slower with the fucking, with just blocking people out the fucking channel and shit. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. But I'm trying to be slower with that. Man, if I was to take off all the words that's on the block list and then just see, that's just too fucking hectic. That shit just too fucking hectic, bro. Yeah. I don't think it was no videos, nothing that I wanted to watch. There may have been one video I think I wanted the most. I think it was I think maybe some of the BET performances or something. I think it would have been some of those. The one situation I keep seeing pop up, I don't know if it's everybody else shit, is the DDG and Holly situation. That shit is just, I don't get it. I just don't get it. There's just too much about it that I just don't understand. And then there's parts about it that I'm just like, okay. Like, I don't understand, like, it's certain shit, it's like, it's not that important to me. Because on one hand, you see this at there, but every time you see DDG, he's streaming. He with India Love, or he with some new bitch. That shorty from Germany, you know, it be certain shit, like, the shorty from Germany, if you go to her Instagram page, her last 2 pictures is still the ones with DDG. Why? Like, that just, like, those are the things I kind of look at and just like, if you study any person or any John, it's like, okay. It's like, she's a very attractive woman, it's on the third. But this DDG is out here. She is no longer on his streams or anything. But her last 2 posts are with him. Makes her a basic bitch. But I guess I don't follow Holly enough to really, like, first of all, I don't follow her or DDG. Their stuff just pops up. So when it comes to that, 122. When it comes to that, it's on some, I don't follow DDG or Holly. So, but the one that I see more of is whatever pertains to DDG. Because people just come like, oh, who got more money, him or her? If that's the one thing. But does he, you know what I'm saying, him wanting to be a part of his son's life and whatnot, and this whole thing. So it's a debacle. It's a debacle. It's embarrassing. Because now, I think somebody had made the one comment, and this has something that you can see. There was like, DDG wants his son but doesn't want her. Like, he don't want to talk to her. If he don't got to talk to her, don't got to do with her, fine. But he'll rather just want to talk to his son. So that's something that you can see, like, that would hurt a woman, right? That would hurt a woman on some, like, yo, he really don't want it. And then the things that she's doing, has done, or whatever, so that he can't see him, it, like, kind of just cements it, right? It kind of cements it on some, like, yeah, you know, you can't go back to him, you can't talk, like, there's certain things you cannot engage with him in a certain way, like, and it's just what is, so any of this is, like, the end goal, like, what would we, like, for either one of them, what is the end goal for either one of them at this point, so that things are okay? Like, they both have now put a restraining order on each other, and just really trying to, so it's like this competition for the kid and ownership of the kid, who's going to spend more time, have more interaction with the kid. And they're doing all this, and the kid is a baby, so they're doing all this right now. And it's like, yo, when are they going to figure this out? This whole who gets to have rights and the visitation, and, like, you know, like, the weird thing is, like, Holly, she didn't want the baby being on stream. And that was, like, one of the weirdest shits. That's like one of the weirdest shits. Like, that if she tried to come back and apologize and, like, like, well, Kai, thank you for the gifts that he gave the baby and this and the third. But that's like one of the weirdest shits. Like, you don't want the baby on stream. Like, you what is you really mad about? Like, there's nothing that can fucking happen. You know, there's nothing that's gonna be this and the third. Like, as far as DDG streaming and this and the third. And they are really just competing over this baby. Because the other part of it, though, is like when a dad just like, you know what, forget, they give up, right? And then everybody bashes the dad for not being in the child's life, and the dad tried type shit. Is like, yo, I tried to do this, I wanted this, and this and that, boom, boom. And you know what I'm saying? How the mom makes it so hard for the dad to see the kid and see the child, to spend time with the child, anything. So if or when he gives up and he's no longer in the child's life, then the child grows up and the mom is always going to be bashing him and talking bad about him. She made it super hard and difficult for him to be in the child's life. Those are those things. Like, why can't it just be a lot easier as far as, you know, just him having access to his child and what he has to do to go through all of that. So that's the thing. But I don't follow her enough to this and that. I didn't watch I didn't watch that Ariel under the sea. Under the Sea. I didn't watch that movie. People was hyping it up. No, they wasn't hyping it up. They was just saying, she's black? Ariel is black? I ain't hearing no good or bad about the movie. So is that good or bad? Oh, hell no. All these shits won't. Oh, they so close in color that I was like, I know for a fact. Okay, I seen this 3 times. I seen this 2 times. Okay. Okay. Bam. So, hopefully, my take is that hopefully they just get to a point where it's like, if they stop this whole competition, like over the kid, like her not having a kid on the stream, him not being able to show his kid off on the stream, that's just different. Like, that's just too much. That's just too much. You doing too much. That's that type of shit. They need to just figure out what days who get the kid. The hard part for them is, you know, they famous. They're celebrities and they travel a lot. Like, her taking the kid to Italy, that was another thing. Oh, I'm just gonna up and leave for like a month. Fuck you, man. I'm gonna up and leave and take the kid. So, they need to figure that out. You know, normal people, I think, can do weekends or something. Split 50-50. But it's 7 days in a week. I gotta, you know, somebody get the first half of the week, somebody get the second half of the week. Switch off, middle day, hump day. I would say since they're celebrities, then They should do months. Since they're celebrities and they travel so much by this and the third, they should do months. Like, all right, you get a month, I get a month. You get a month, I get a month. And they find like a mediator, a common place or ground where they can, switch the hand, or somebody who's gonna be present to hand off the kid from one to another or something. And yeah, so they can switch on the last day of the month, whatever, the 30th, 31st, or the 28th for that February, 28th, 29th for the February. But they should switch off. What should they switch off with? Last day of the month. That's when they switch. Who has the kid? So that the other person has the kid from the first to the end of the month. Last day, you got the kid first to the end of the month. They can switch off like that. Then the big issue is, well, who gets the birthday month? That's what. Then the big issue, like, well, who gets the birthday month? Who's gonna have the kid over the birthday month? But even then, you don't even know like what type of rights, parental rights Kanye got right now, with how much he gets to spend with his kids or anything, how they got it going. But it should at least be whoever has the kid on the birthday month and is planning those festivities and this and that third. I think we all think the mask was a good idea, but you don't want that Kanye situation. Like, I don't like the fact that Kanye didn't know where the party was, or he had to figure it out and do this and the third, and boom, boom, boom. Like, again, that's doing too much. That's doing too much. So, I think that whoever has a kid for their birthday month should then at least tell the other parent, hey, this is what I'm planning on doing for the birthday. This is where it's going to be at and at this time. I think that's how that's at least what you can do. I think that'd be the best case scenario for DDG and Holly. They switch everybody. They each get a month. At the end of the month, y'all switch over, hand the kid back off with the mediator if y'all need that. Switch it off, and as long as everybody just follows the rules, like it's the last day of the month, you switch over. Y'all can even have a set time. This time at the end of the month at like 6 or 7 p.m. or something. They can just be like, all right, you know that you're supposed to be, and that way they can each say, okay, you know what time you're supposed to have the kid back at a certain time and at a certain place. So that is a thing to do. They can do that. Hey, boom. Hey, boom. Switch off. Birthday month, then it's on some. The person, I was like, what are you planning? Where it's gonna be at? What time? And this and that. Just in case if they want to show up or this and the third, or at least allow. Or the other parent's just gonna have to bite the bullet and say, okay, well, I know that my month is coming up, and so during my month, we're gonna be doing X, Y, and Z for your birthday. That's the thing. That's how I think I think that would probably be the best situation for that to just finally be able to clear up, and because it ain't the one. The good thing I heard today was, just so, how like you just gotta accept like, okay, this is not getting fixed. This situation is not getting fixed. This situation is not gonna heal or whatever, right? Like sometimes you have to accept like this situation, this is not getting healed, fixed, none of that. Fuck that. So what do you do in absence of that? And I think that's where they're at, especially. Yeah, like just on some, okay, we're not even trying to heal this. We just need to make sure that we're able to just live our lives, and this drama, this nonsense can just go away. And I know that's the thing. Can I get an amen? You'd be like, man, I just want this drama, this nonsense to go away. I ain't even trying to deal with this, that, or the third. But let's not deal with that no more. That is, that's the thing you gotta be able to do, you know. Like, just certain situations, you know, like even just trying to clean up after a situation, you're like, yo. It's how, like, just going a certain, you go down the line and then you get a call or something and they're like, I'm like, what is this bill? What is you talking about? They'll call you about some debt from years ago. You're like, oh, I don't want to hear about this or talk about this. I thought this shit was gone. It's over with. That's how you want that shit to be sometimes. It's just done, over with. Don't want to talk about it. It's over. That's what I'm gonna try to do at some point, maybe. I don't know. They said that shit would take a long time for the dog's body to decompose. Shit. See, it was everybody was saying like 6 to 24 months. Was it a half a year to basically 2 years? But all that shit is quicker. Bailee is up and the fur is out. I don't think I have anything. At one point, you know, her fur and stuff was still on this. Man. Bro, you don't know what you smell like until you go inside and you're around people. I ain't trying to go inside and be around nobody for too long. You smell, I know. You know, you used to smell like outside. You don't know what outside smell like until you ain't been outside and somebody come, you're like, yo. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these pants. I might change pants again. I might put them sweats. I might put them sweats back on. I'm gonna put them sweats back on, bro. I don't need to be dealing with this. Y'all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. And then, you know, like the other day, I was saying to them, like, how do you have a cool daughter or something, right? Like, Mariah Cerns is cool, this ain't third, but you was like, you don't need to be getting played with. Sexy Fred said, play in your what you don't play with me. It's like, all right, man. Oh, you gotta take it there. Stop playing with my knife. Shikari. See, I messed it up. So, it's not Shikari, it's Shakari. Hey, bro, I was watching this video. I get it. Now, I get it. For real. I get it. Like, I for sure get it. Like, I get it too well. But I was listening to it. It's Shakari, not Shakari. And it's like, it's what? Like, it's for that part, she made a video to correct you on one syllable. It's not car, it's care. Bro, in that video, you know, like, something being longer than it has to, pause. It's like, that's what she just, it's Gihareh, not Shakari. I'm gonna correct you every time. It's Gihareh, not Shakari. She's like, don't even mess it up on the TV. He's in the third, you can't even say that. They say it right. Why'd you say it wrong? Gihareh, not Shakari. Got it. Got it. Gihareh. But I'm just gonna say, I like Shakari better. I know the name is Gihareh. I like Shakari. It ain't what you like. It is what it is. She's like, my name is Gihareh. Shakari. No, it's Gihareh. It's easy to say Gihareh. I don't know why. Gihareh, like, we don't mess up with Mariah Carey or Jim Carrey, but Carey. Gihareh. Miss Carey, baby. Is it the C? I'm trying to make, what would make me say her name better? Because the way it's spelled, you're very mad at the Shakari, but that is pretty fucking close. Especially given how it's spelled. So, how could we spell Gihareh so that we could be like, I got you now. That C is fucking me up. Shakar. Or Shakar. And then it's a double R. And then an I. Like, we see Mariah Carey, Jim Carrey. It's weird as fuck. I feel like blocking you. Fuck are you? But I'm keeping my I haven't blocked anybody in a while. Trying to do better. Bailee taught me some peace. I think that's an owl. I'm trying to, okay, Carrie. Yeah, if that back part was like, I'm Jamaican and Italian. I hope that helps you. Hope that helps you with life. I'm Jamaican and Italian. I'm not sure how useful that information is to you, but I hope you got whatever you got. And I hope life progresses now that you know this information. Bro, I gotta get my shirt. I gotta get the shirt that says, I don't feel like lying to you. I gotta look at the shirt and say, every time I go like this, I can be like, I don't feel like lying to you. Every time somebody asks me some shit, I can just point to my shirt. I gotta remember, I don't even remember what that shirt looks like. I think I used the most interesting man in the world for that. The most interesting man in the world. It'd be cool to just get back into the lab of making some more merch. I'm like, all right, we got more merch, y'all. I haven't said that in a... It was cool to be able to do that. Right, for right now, everything is, much as I can to tribute Bailee. And just taking a vow. Please please stop fucking saying that you love me. Stop saying that shit. Where the bitches at? I need the bitches to be out here saying that shit. Listen, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I understand you just gave me a compliment and shit, but I don't give a fuck about that shit. So if you feel like taking it back, please do that. I don't give a fuck how you feel about what the fuck I got going on. I'm trying my hardest not to block you, if I'm being honest. Oh, gosh. I'm trolling. But you ever heard somebody say some shit and you be like, nah, I kind of believe it. Somebody might say something and you're like, oh, they just wasn't quiet. It's the fact that you're a man and you're giving me compliments. I don't like it. I don't like it. As a man, you should talk about whatever the fuck I'm talking about. If you're gonna leave comments on my videos, talk about whatever the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know. How does one man give another man another compliment? You use some fucking words that I just don't feel like you should be using. You don't fucking know me. You don't know me personally. So I find that shit fucking weird. But you're not understanding everything I'm saying. So it's like sometimes I have to take an overt action so that you understand. I might just go ahead and block you so that you understand that I don't fucking appreciate what you're saying to me. Even though you give me compliments and shit. I just feel like, nah, I have to be mean. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be mean to certain people. So they just understand, like, I don't care. I just don't care. You got Mr. YouTube leaving a heart. Like, I will block Mr. YouTube for leaving a heart because you're a fucking man. I'm trying to be, like, nice to people, though. Like, I'm trying not to block as many people because Bailee's not here. But if Bailee was here, I would have cussed every bitch out. I was like, fuck this, fuck that, da-da-da. But Bailee got me in my peaceful era. That shit kind of cool. Not as cool, but... Yeah, I think all of that shit is weird. There's another person who comes up here and uses their whatever as account. I think that shit is weird. You could use your own fucking shit. Why do y'all... Because, in order to be whatchamacallit to use somebody else's account, they have to have signed in. Why do y'all have other people's accounts on your fucking phone? If that's what y'all are doing. I think that shit's weird. Because you can watch the shit from your own account. So either that person has been signed in on your phone and you're still using their shit and not your own. Weirdo behavior. It's like there's no fucking... Like, there's not a lot of reasons for you to have somebody's fucking shit to be signed in on your fucking phone. Yeah, see? I'm not angry. And that's another thing. So I'm gonna block you soon. Cause that's another fucking thing. Like, niggas will try to, like, say how I'm feeling or something, and it's like, it's clear that it's not. So I don't have to yell, I don't have to whatever, but I just don't like how you moving. Like, I'm just calling you a fucking weirdo, the fact that you're using somebody else's account to watch my shit and interact with it when you could just use your own shit. Yeah, you're a fucking weirdo. Yep. Stop fucking talking to me. That's what I think. I don't appreciate that shit. There's another person who's like, oh yeah, this is such and such. So whose phone is it? Is it your phone or their phone? And why the fuck are they logged in on your shit? And why you don't just watch from your shit? Like, niggas will watch me from another person's account, make another account, just like, why you not watching from your shit? Yeah. Let's stop doing that. Fuck off my page. That, like, you know what I'm saying? The one thing about certain is, people, so that could be like, the way that people have to, because some people have the same name. So That's one thing, right? And then whereas on whatchamacallits, if you can have a name, it's like, well, this is taken, so you gotta have something different. So which one which one do you really prefer, and how do you like, you know what I'm saying, that if and when it comes to social media, right? If you're looking for somebody, and it's like you can just type in their name, like, okay, this is this person. Like, I have to look up this person at third, and boom, there's that. But then as far as like a name to say, okay, this is this person, but this username. So the username can be different, but I still think that there should still be some authenticity as far as like, this, like, there has to be their real name, but like, and then the username is such and such. But the thing is, people, when they start signing up for stuff, they would, where the first name and the last name goes, they start putting anything else. Yep, that's all they gotta do. And they're like, oh, yep, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna put this as a first name and this as a last name, and then now they done messed it all up anyway. You can't never. That's what you can't never have. Man, whatchamacallit, man. They ain't not gonna be too. There's no way to make this shit like da da da. Because everybody's on this wave now. The wave of like, well, when it comes to like content and authenticity, which way are we going? Which way would the AI or the humans, as far as like content? So, if you go with no, that's not what I was about to go with that. It's just bots. You got to get around bots and stuff. Oh, Threads is thinking about having DMs. I don't know how I feel about that. And a lot of people were like, well, because at first that was a thing, but now it's like, well, if you want to, then you could DM on Instagram. Like, so if you really want to DM, but for the most part, if you're going to talk to somebody, you have to put up, you got to, like, whatever you're commenting or saying, it's done openly in the public. Also, you're another one. You're another person who, like, could just watch from your own personal account, but yet you have somebody else's. You have a fake profile, or you have somebody else who's signed in, and I just think that shit is just weird, cause like, you have to have somebody's either has signed into YouTube on your fucking phone, and it's like, why are you not signed into YouTube on your phone? That shit makes no fucking sense to me. Or it's you have their phone. It's like, well, why don't you just have the shit on your phone? And why are you not watching from your own personal account? That is something that behavior, the process of doing that, I'm not sure if I want to understand it. But that is what's happening. That is what's happening. And that's why I don't care to talk, and I don't care what the fuck people think or feel, because I'm not actually talking to you. Makes no fucking sense. No fucking sense. What type of man be like, yeah, I think Marianne is pretty. Marianne. Old ass shit. Oh, fuck. Fuck no. That shit's old and white. Fuck out of here. I would not look at my daughter and say, "Oh, fuck. Oh shit, fuck no." Ah shit, this shit's old and white. Fuck no. That's one of them you watching a movie and just imagine being attached to any fucking thing. Okay, here's somebody I actually want to talk to. Here's somebody that I actually know. Okay, here's somebody who's not hiding behind another profile. I actually know this person. Nah, it was like when it came down to basketball, that was like, nah, I know this nigga. I'm about to lock this nigga up. We used to play basketball back here. We in the NBA. I know you. I know you from the block. Let's not act like, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. That's always a humbling. What you call it? Yeah, for everything. So like anything you can call me out on, I have to call you out on it because you're studying me too hard. You're studying me too hard. Let's talk about that. Like, I have a shirt that I made for that as well. You're studying me too hard. Anything that you pick up on, this and the third, like, oh, I've been doing this and the third. Yeah, you're studying me too hard, bitch. Let's clear all this shit out. Like you're watching me from another fucking profile. Like you tell one lie, you have to tell another. It's like I want you to check me on any fucking thing, bitch. So I can also check the fuck out of you. Like, let's please understand that you're still under another profile talking about Marianne. Bitch, I thought this shit was pretty. What person like, oh yeah, I thought Marianne's fucking pretty. That's the shit you watching a show or something. What if I say Marianne? What race comes to mind? It's not a racist joke. Let's just all think about it here. Okay, and if I say it, what year? What time frame is it? Is it 2000s? Is it anything after 2000? 2000 anything? Have you ever met a bitch named Marianne in your fucking life? I want anybody to think about this shit. Fuck no. Fuck no. That shit old as hell. And it's ugly. That shit, like, we'll always know an Ashley. We will not always know a Marianne. There's certain names that are just gonna die. Like, yeah, that shit don't exist no more. They're like, the last time I heard somebody named this, how many people in the year 2020, whatever? You know what? That might be some different shit. What's your name? Yeah. Ashley sounds way better than Marianne. Ashley's gonna live forever. Marianne would be different though. You meet some bitch, you're like, Marianne? They're like, who is that? Niggas, oh, your peoples don't love you. Ah, shit. Man, you know what you need to do? You need to, and in the event that you just told the truth earlier, you need to go figure out whatever that password coming. You need to watch it from your own shit. I don't want to talk to you no more. Fuck off my page. That's what I don't think people do enough of. It's 2025 and people don't tell people, yeah, I don't want to talk to you no more. Like, stop fucking talking to me. Stop watching me. Stop just interacting and engaging with me. Just stop. Like, bro, like, damn, bro, like, yeah, I don't think people just do that enough. You know what I'm saying? People just don't do that enough. And then, like, if they do, the other person might not understand. There's no friends. There's no friends in this shit. Like, yeah, I think that's another thing. Like any of my whatchamacallit, Marky is not a you see how like I know shit and you don't know shit. You see that like that be a thing. Like I know that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know where they're from, this ain't third, boom, boom, boom. But yet, but to say anything, yes, I actually know that person. I actually know that person. But your fucking shit comes across as like a bot type shit. Even your shit comes across as a bot and a fake profile and a fake account. Not yeah, it's a fucking movie. It's a fucking movie. But this is why they tell you like when you have your shit like. But see that I think that's the other part of like people don't take YouTube as a social media. But anything that makes you create an account and a username is a social media. Like people don't take this shit as like a social media, so they just make this shit. They make it is what it is, but like I think y'all need to change y'all YouTube names to like either y'all fucking real name or whatever y'all trying to create to, you know what I'm saying, be able to do. Again, I have a shit like I don't know like you know like there's like before you know sometimes before you talk and engage with somebody there's like some research you could do like in real life in the real world I think that's where people lose touch is right they don't interact and engage with people in the real world so like you may not um you may not know somebody to be able to walk up to them and because you don't know them you can't walk up to them you can ask them certain you might ask them certain shit I just think it's not dumb but I'm trying to figure out because it's in the third. It's like if you look at all the playlists that I have, like you would know like what I'm interested in and what I do. So that's why I just think it's like kind of weird just when people ask certain questions, come like you ain't paid you didn't go through the channel. You know what I'm saying? You don't go through the channel or you don't do whatever. I don't know what the fuck that is. Is this a TV show or something? Uh, it would be cool to be like, yo, who is this person? I do be thinking if like that's on whatchamacallit. And there was on some shit that was like, who is this person? Oh my gosh. No, it fuck it wasn't. Man. What the hell, bro? I wonder how many times I've had to block the same person from a different account. Like, just imagine that. Like, what the hell, bro? Like, how the hell y'all be doing this shit? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Man, like, man, the people you know and the people you don't know. And you know how like you like so that's always a big thing, right? You know, let's say the people that you're surrounded around or that you do know, you don't particularly align with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you do at some point maybe, okay, do I want to align with this set of people or this set of people, this set of third? So like this one guy, he made a really good point. He made a really good point. He said, like, why do people try to like fit in like certain groups and the reason it was like a survival thing though. So people would want to be attached to this group because being with the group meant survival. And if you were ostracized from the group, then like the group will leave you or this and third, like you would have to fend for yourself. But now that's like okay almost. And you have to separate yourself from the group and have yourself distinguished in some type of way so that you don't, reap the same whatever with that group, but you now have your own thing. But now we live in a space in the world. He said this much more eloquently, but now he lived in a space in the world where if you ostracize yourself, then you actually have better potential and likelihood to succeed if you ostracize yourself away from a group in this world. Now, it used to be the opposite. You need to stay with the group. If you ostracize, you're dead. Now it's you need to ostracize yourself and you have a better chance of living a different type of life outside of getting bogged down with the life that a majority of this group or sector may live. I really hope that makes sense. Because, I mean, within this cluster of wherever you grew up, or this and the third, you're going to have those experiences and that's only regurgitated, recycled, boom, boom, but for so long. Like, you gotta, like, ostracize. You gotta move. You gotta get away. Otherwise, you become the same thing. Otherwise, you can only whatchamacallit, bro. You can only whatchamacallit like that. So that's how I kind of like look at certain things. But it's that part of, I think there was an interview on Elon when he talked about being lonely, and there's the amount of things that people say and do for external validation and to be accepted by a group is it doesn't even have to be studied that much more. You know what I'm saying? And it's to move on to the other side of either being risking the loneliness or risking, because so like with the cooking with Kaya, they was like, yo, she not, and I think that's what we talked about the last time, that there's like, it's just, it like, certain things come with the territory, and you just like, yeah, they gonna eat her alive, like, she not gonna be able to make this out there, like, and it's like, she's one of those in-between people that kind of just like reminds you that, like, damn, everybody not made for this, everybody not made, like, and like some people, and just because of how they carry it, and it's not third because of the image, it's not third, whatever. Some people handle it way better. But you don't realize that human aspect to them for whatever reason. You don't realize that human aspect to them. You don't recognize it or acknowledge it, but it's just as present as any other ones. But it's a reason you be like, you know what? And I think, well, that's how I'll kind of look at it, and I think that's what some people don't look at, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like people who are famous and celebrities and stars. I like what the one Jordan said the other day. Stars, far away. Stars are far away. Can't touch them, but you can see them. Only at certain times, too. You can't just see them. You only see a star at night. So you can only see a star at certain times. It's bright, it's far away, it's out of reach, it's not there, like she was saying that. That's why they call it stars. It's celebrities. And so, like, some of the people, they maintain it, and Some people, they're not able to maintain it. Oh, so the one they talked about the girl from Euphoria. I didn't recognize her. I was like, well, I don't know who this is. I don't know who y'all talking about. But it was like she had everybody in the chokehold for like 2 summers or something. And I looked at it, I was like, I had to find a comment to say, who is this? And I was like, yeah, let's like this comment. Who is this? And then it was like, it's such and such. And she played in this. I was like, oh, okay. Um, but it was like, it was like she's really artsy and creative. And it was like, now she doesn't even, whatchamacallit, it never was about this or that. Like, she has clout. She has clout and stuff. Or she has her followers and fans and this and the third. But she can just chill and continue doing her other creative outlets and endeavors. So I think that is so when you sit there and think about it, right? Like, what type of celebrity would you want to be? Like, is there any celebrity that you be like, okay, I see how this person did it, and you like how this person moves, or you like how this person moves, or like, because there's like the balance between how much you do and don't show of yourself, how much you do and don't show of yourself. So Denzel, apparently, what's the advice Denzel gives to most people, most actors, and Denzel was like, yeah, you don't want them to see too much of you. You barely want them to see you at all. Well, it's just like, there's something you gotta think about. How much do you really want them to see you if you want them to go watch your movie? And he was like, you want it so that they barely see you, so that if they want to see you, they gotta go watch a movie or this and the third. And so that was one thing. But then those people who are like constantly out there and kind of putting themselves out there to gain, this and the third, boom, boom. And so maintaining those levels. Because like you see, like, for instance, some people, they're like reaching a point of, global fame, stardom, where people either know or recognize your name globally. You see, like, for instance, it's certain people that if they just got up and went to another country, this and the third, they wouldn't be famous. They wouldn't be famous no more. They would have money and they can move around, but they just won't be famous. And then there's certain people, it don't matter where they go. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was like to go from here to like China or Japan, and they all know Kobe still. Like, So I mean, that's always a good thing, right? If you can be famous, but then you could just pop up in another country and nobody will really know you, so everybody treating you regular. Do you want that? Or do you always want the star treatment wherever you go? And the funny thing is about some of them, how they have a certain amount of money and they are rich and famous and this and whatever, right? And they get free stuff. They get free expensive gifts. You like, what? So, but the one dude, and so this is the first time I went to the comments and nobody, So Meek Mill was trying to get a pair of shoes from a reseller, and I forget what they called, but first of all, I think there was low tops. Fuck is you doing getting low tops? Start there. So, but I think there was like some pine green, and it might have been Jordans. They might have been threes or fours. I'm gonna just say fours. There might have been some pine green fours. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just say. So Meek was on some shit like, let me get him for 300. The dude was like 500. He was like, bro, like, you can sell it to me for 3. He's like, you can sell it to me for 3. We can do a little commercial. I'll get you some promo and shit. And this and that third, boom, boom. He was like, you should fuck with me with it, you know what I'm saying, for 3. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you hustling backwards. And they was like, ain't this some shit? A Philly nigga trying to talk, like, what you trying, this man already hustling this and that third. You feel like you about to out hustle somebody who already like selling. And so, and Meek talking about he can get the shoe for 300. And he was like, if you sold him for 3, like, he's like, so now, like, I'm gonna go to a different table. I'm gonna spend even more bread with them. Like, I still got mad bread to spend. Like, if you would've gave me this for 3, I could probably went and copped another pair with you. This ain't the boom. Like, he trying to sell this other shit. Niggas in the comments was like, bitch, if you can get it for 300 from the store, then go to the fucking store and get the shit. And I thought about it, I was like, right, if you sit here talk about you can go to the store and get it for 300, go to the store and get it for 300 then. Fuck out my face. Wasting my goddamn time. It be shit like that, though. It be shit like that. But the real side don't say, the real side don't really say much because, you know, they trying to sell shit. They trying to move this shit there. Like, anybody, like, you, like, being in a reseller face like that, like, bro, like, you in my fucking face. You wasting my goddamn time. Somebody that's the thing, like, if Meek don't buy it, like, fuck out of here. Like, somebody's gonna buy the shoe at the price that he's selling for. Like, he said 5. He said 5. That's what it is. Like, yeah, that whole thing was just that was just nobody defended Meek in this situation. It was all like, fuck is you talking about? If he said this the price, that's the price. If you can go get it for somewhere else for a different price, go do that then. Like, what is you doing wasting time trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to hassle somebody down? And then you got money, like, you the rich and famous, like, you the rich and famous, you asking for a discount, you ask for this and that, third, boom, 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 like, or you not even asking, but you just trying to, you know what I'm saying, it's like, fuck out of here. We're gonna have to make that the segment. Fuck out of here. I would rather have that than my ball. I don't, bro, I want this to my ball shit to just, Gigi and Casanat. So that's another thing we waiting on. We want to see how this whole thing plays out and goes. You know, because the first time Gigi was all nervous and this and the third. Now, Gigi was on some, she seemed a little more hyper, a little more this and the third. And Gigi, she wasn't using it right, but she was also talking about another girl. So the people in the comments was like, she telling you she gay. Cause she was calling the other girl her ball. Kyle was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're not even what you call it. So that was the thing. But this whole my ball thing, it's not going away just yet. They're kind of sticking to it. They are sticking to it. You know, some you like, I hope this shit kind of go away or it fizzle out. Nah, they just said that shit again at the BET Awards on stream. And he just talked Kevin Hart. They're trying to keep this thing around. You know, like the first time they did it was the whole with the Riz. They did this shit with Riz, and they wasn't trying to. Like, it just kind of like stuck or whatever. But this is one that they're trying to get this as a trend and trying to promote my ball. That's my ball. Fuck is you? I just don't even feel like there's something to say. It's like, and then DDG tried to make it say, beautiful aura ladylike or something like that. Or something. He tried to make this shit stand for something. And I'm just like, I'm just like, no. I just, no. You trying to come up, what are you going to call a girl nowadays? Who are you going to call a girl? What, see, the girls had, so I think, we all think the mask was a good idea. But, like, girls, the slang and the lingo that girls use versus the slang and the lingo that men use, he's like, all right, I think that's what, I think that's the thing. Boom, boom, boom. The slang and the lingo that girls use. Now, the one thing, so what I wanted to stick, this the one I wanted to stick. And boom. Shorty, because she was talking about Duke Dennis. When Duke Dennis got 6 kids. She was like, Duke Dennis' property value went down. Now, if we got some shit, if there was gonna be some slang to stick, I want that. I want that. Let's keep that right there. If niggas, we gotta say, oh, this woman has property value, or this, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna talk about property value, oh, I like that one. Oh, why can't we get that one to stick? She said Duke Dennis' property value went down when she found out he had 6 kids. I was like, okay, let's keep this, across the board. Like, let's make sure we want to use our words correctly here. All right, let the men start saying that. Oh, her property value. Her property value going down. Oh, because women never like the car reference. Women never like the car reference, boy. Let's do the whole facts. Bailee said, "I need to have fun every day." So I think this is us. This is the fun we have it. This is the fun we have it. Okay. Oh, women don't like that car reference shit. Yeah, what's the mileage? Hey, you. They don't like the mileage. Niggas start giving the key reference. How many people got a key to this car? Hey, yeah, I'm trying to tell you, niggas. Hey, the women don't like that analogy, bro. Well, if the shoe fits. What else can you say about the key? Because I think the last time I heard the car analogy was the thing about the key. Yeah, you don't want this car if the previous owner still got a copy of the keys. We still talk about cars? It was just the analogy, man. The analogy. How many owners? Boy, oh boy. Oh, well, here's a positive thing. I did see a positive story today. There was one shorty. She said that, what'd she say? Oh, you ever met a girl who has a nice life? It's like, oh, that's nice. That's how things should kind of go. This and that third. There's this one shorty. Is like, how people be in the comments and this and that third. Her story was like, I'm trying to think how this shit went. Because basically, I'm trying to figure out what started it. Because I know it got to a point where she was like, dude paid for her phone bill and put her on his plan. And there was a couple other things. Oh, it was like green flags. I think it was green flags to look for. But I think it was for women. I think the shorty was like, okay, ladies, what's a green flag that you're gonna be looking for that you know what I'm saying, that you're gonna be aware of the next time it comes around, this and the third. And so I think the women was trying to chime in to say this and like, what are some green flags that they look for, so that they're not gonna miss the next time it comes around. And this lady was basically on some shit. Because it ended with her saying she been married for like 20 something years. She was like, whatever those green flags were in the beginning, is like, and she was like, oh, yeah, he still compliments me and this and that, boom, boom, boom. There's this one movie I do want to watch. It just made me think about it. There's this one movie. Oh shit! I can't even remember what the name was supposed to be. But the dopest shit was on some. What did he say? I think he. I don't know how the fuck he says this shit. But it's weird because he basically look at the wife on some shit like. He basically asked her almost every day, will she be his wife? She's like, you ask me every day. And he'd be on some shit like, have I ever had you? And it's like, they're married and this, that, and third. But just imagine, because you know, they say like the whole shit is a choice of just choosing to be with and deal with somebody, that, and third. And you know, like when it comes down to certain things, you know how like at a certain point you don't care no more. At a certain point you like, yeah, I just like, and is that a good or a bad thing? I'm not sure how you really think about it, trying to like really approach it, because you know that I remember somebody tried to give me some advice, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to. So when it comes to like a argument or something, it's like, you know, like, yeah, I don't even yeah, like, he's like, you don't even care to argue. It's like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, this and third, but I don't care enough to argue. And those people that you like, that you would care enough to do X, Y, and Z for, you know. So like, I think that's always like a thing. Like when it come to Bailee, like whenever, if I would get mad at Bailee, it was instantly like, you know what, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would just get over that. What is this? And so that's, just think about that. Just thinking about that. And I mean, that was such, that really is like such a thing is like, I'm pretty sure everybody kind of does with it, but like, you know, talking to somebody or something, like, you know what? Yeah, you know, it's not even worth being mad or this like that. And then it's like, basically, I'm not even sure how to, you can talk in circles and you get to the point. But it's like, those people who are, he's like, you know what, this is worth, you know what, I will, okay, get mad. I will get mad. And what's gonna make you care? Like, is there a person who's like, you know what? But if it's this person, he's like, oh no. I'm going to. If you, okay. That's how I knew. Like, and that's how you can. I don't know how you can tell the person anymore, but I know that's how it was with Bailee. With Bailee, bro, I could say this and third, but let her get hurt. Let her start limping. Boy, let Bailee start limping or anything. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? You okay? This and third, like, yeah, all that other shit goes out the window. All that other shit goes out the window. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's going on? Like, I think that's how you really, you know what I'm saying? When you willing and ready to just drop whatever for somebody, just to make sure that they get back to, like, you know what I'm saying, boom. But I think when you get to the point where it's just like, are you mad? Or are you sad? Or, you know, and it's a fucked up shit to say, but if you finally get to the point where you see somebody like either mad or sad or whatever, and you like, you don't care to even put in the energy to help, you know, say the same thing. You're like, yeah. Yeah, it ain't even. Because, you know, most of the time, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure how like women think about it, but you know, for a man, it's on something. It's, you know, being solution and action based. You would try to be like, okay, I'm gonna try to do this or do that, and you know, getting to a point where neither of one of those happen. Hell, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? It's like one of the first times I've ever seen like a spider web or something. She got me fucked up. I can move. I may have to move around. I can move. Get my shit charged. But none of those really make sense to me anymore. It's almost. I forget. There was this one thing that talked about, you know, the signs of, you know, highly intelligent people and things. And I think at one point she was like, if they haven't resorted to hating people already, then it's a plus. um, but you know, like certain dynamics, and it's not even a matter of. Yeah, well, I'm not even sure. It's just a matter of even existing in a certain space. So, for instance, like the whole like micromanaging, or there's like power levels within hierarchy, societal hierarchies, and the placement of certain people, and just to see people act and move differently because of a certain title. And I think that's one thing that I for sure just don't even care to like view or see anymore, you know? Like, just, you know, how it doesn't matter what it is, right? But for them, I'm not sure what it is. It might vary from person to person. But you know, if you just see, if somebody is like in a superior role to you, and you are, you have just other, I'm not gonna say more, you just have skills that you just would make you feel internally like, why should I have to listen to this person or deal with this? And so the only way you're gonna, I guess, escape that is, you know, the whole, I forget what somebody had said the other day, but people in the comments were like, tell me you're not an entrepreneur without telling me that you're an entrepreneur. Like an entrepreneur and a business owner. And you know, like sometimes, like I can walk in certain shops and I see like the only person that works there is the owner. And there's something in that, you know, there's something to that in the sense of, yeah, I can run all of this by myself, so why would I have to hire somebody? If I hire somebody, that's an expense. It's people that I can see that I can understand. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta teach them how you want things run, how to do things. You gotta teach them the process. You gotta teach them all of that. And they don't have a certain mentality. They don't have yours. They don't have yours. But then, of course, you know, what homage and what respect do you give to somebody who's been doing a regular mundane job for so long, and somebody else gets hired and does that same fucking job. Like the phasing out. The phasing out. And then outside of phasing out, just allotment. Like,